school football. There ain't no night like a Friday night. SSM Health at St. Anthony's presents high school football on CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and the All City Sports YouTube page. This season, our slate of games features John Marshall, Heritage Hall, Carl Albert, Southeast Lawton MacArthur, Bethany, Choctaw, Guthrie, Bishop McGinnis, Douglas, Northwest Claxton SAS, and Northeast and PC North. You got the love? We have the games. It's high school football all season long, presented by SSM Health at St. Anthony's. We are CBS Sports Radio 105.3.
Yo, and we are back here. Welcome to the Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3. I can't believe it. We're here at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark, located at South Mickey Mantle Drive here in Oklahoma City. Listen, I wish you could come see us, but I think we're all locked in just to be safe. We got an amazing group of student athletes with us and coaches and schools on tonight, but we are brought to you by Metro Tech Technologies. Also, our presenting partners are Kai's Concepts. So whenever you get a Kai's bar, let me tell you something. You are touching people and communities all over the world. Our platinum partners, Perry Publishing, Oklahoma City Dodgers Foundation. And listen, I just met a big dude named Mr. Breckenridge. He looked like he don't take no stuff. Also, Dick Sporting Goods. Gold partners are Impressions Printing and Big O's Poke and Dreams. So listen, one more round of applause for the OKCPS Coaches Show. Whew, that's a mouthful. I got to get used to saying all of that. But listen, I am glad to be back. We have here with us on today class in SAS at Northeast Cross Country, student athlete Aiden Kirkpatrick. Listen, Aiden is like a 7-year senior now. Like, he's been on the show like 22 times. Yeah. He is an amazing young man. So we'll talk to him. And we have a neophyte, Stella Scott, on tonight. Also, Delonte Chapman, the head cross country coach. Hey, how are you guys doing today?
They're doing pretty good, good. Just got out of practice.
All right. So speaking of practice, I asked Aiden how far did he run today. Aiden, share with us your mindset about these miles that you put in on today.
Yeah, so today we had a long run, so that can range anywhere from like new runners from like 5 miles, 4 miles, to anywhere like top varsity guys, like 9 to 10 miles. So today I did 9.3 with one of my teammates. Yeah.
Well, listen, that sounds like what I run every other day. So, you know, I understand how that feels. Yeah. Hey, Stella, what was your mile work like today?
I did about 6.5.
Okay.
And, yeah, with long runs, you definitely have to run with someone because it's tough.
Absolutely. So Coach Chapman, first of all, tell us how long you've been at class in SAS at Northeast, and then how did you become a part of coaching this cross-country team?
Right on. So this is the start of my 4th year here at Classen. I've been with the track team, though, for 4 years. Officially, it's 3 because the first year got canceled or whatever, but this is my 4th season. 2nd season with cross-country. I actually got the call to help out with cross-country the day after All City last year. So Coach Moon gave me a call, and after that I was like, yeah, I'll definitely want to come and be a part of this. Simply because it helps out the track team a lot, too. We these two, I mean, they run for me in track as well. So being a part of cross-country, that I feel like that's a important thing that we need to really grow our track department and running programs in general. Sure.
Hey, Stella, how did you get involved in track or in cross country specifically, and who was kind of the inspiration behind that?
Yeah, so in middle school, I was not like a sporty person at all. Like, I'd tried soccer, but it was not my thing. And both my sisters, they were in high school and they were in cross country, and so I was like, you know what, I'll just do it. And I kind of fell in love with it, and then I heard about track, and I was like, oh, I'll just go for it, and then I fell in love with running even more.
Absolutely. I think we need more students like you, Stella, who are just willing to try, even though it wasn't something that primarily perked your interest at first, but you obviously found your passion in running.
Sure.
This sage Aiden, this veteran here, man, tell us, tell us why it is that cross country means so much to you, because I still just remember your conversations from last season. Just tell me, how did that continue to impact your life in terms of cross country?
Yeah, I mean, I can't even begin to describe the bond I have with my teammates. They're more than just my teammates or my friends. They're my brothers. Like, I love them so much. The team is really special to me. And, you know, last season we qualified for the state track meet for the first time in school history. A huge moment for the program, huge moment for me personally. I don't know, for a lot of people on the team as well. So hopefully this season we can go back and do it again. This time make a bit more of a splash on the state scene. Yeah.
Sure. Coach Chapman, tell me, what does a cross-country workout look like, right? I heard Aiden and Stella mention long day today, but what do those days look like? What do they consist of?
Well, I mean, Moon's the mastermind behind the cross-country workouts, but generally we
mad
try
scientist, I've heard him called before.
Yeah,
No,
he's a numbers guy for sure. But yeah, no, the goal with cross-country is to get in mileage. So anytime, it doesn't matter if it's an easy run, long run, threshold run, the goal is to get mileage in for the week. We do a bit of strength training, and that's really my forte. That's what I bring to the table for the most part to cross country. But we kind of do that like once or twice a week, not much. It's mainly building our engines
Sure.
right now, aerobically. So it's a lot of aerobic training.
Gotcha.
For sure. Yeah.
So I know school just started, a couple weeks ago now. Have you participated in any meets yet? And then if you have, kind of tell us what that looks like. And then tell us about some of those upcoming things that you have that are on the cross-country schedule.
Yeah, so week one we had the all-city meet, which girls and boys both are all-city champs. Yes,
Congratulations.
Clean sweep 2 years in a row. And this past weekend, we just came from a highly competitive meet in Deer Creek Festival. Like competitive in the sense of top 13 guys were all under 1630. So, so that's the meet we just came from. But looking forward, one of the highlight meets that everyone's looking forward to, I believe, is Chili Pepper. We're going to Arkansas this year.
Yeah, so I've heard a lot about this Chili Pepper. I think, is it Fields and Futures or Cleats for Kids and other people may be involved or have been involved in getting you guys, maybe being a part of you guys getting to the Chili Pepper?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, Cleats for Kids, Fields and Futures, I mean, they're, Coach Crines and all of them, they're a great help to our
Sure.
running programs. We're definitely thankful for them. But I think it was also just a move that Moon felt like, Coach Moon, he felt like we should, it'll be a great thing for our team to be able to go and compete, in a different state and see where we stack up against teams of that caliber.
Aiden, is this your first time going to the Chili Pepper?
Yes, it is. Very excited. Really?
So outside of just running around here, have you guys had the experience of running somewhere else outside of Oklahoma, or you personally, even in other places? Tell us what that's like, actually.
Yeah, so over the summer, I had the privilege, I was going on a lot of college visits, had the privilege of going to Colorado for a couple of days, train up there, super awesome.
You was a law-abiding citizen.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, I was. And then I also had the privilege of going to Chicago, ran up there for a while, about a week. So, but yeah, this is my first time racing in a different state, which is probably going to be a little bit different. But I'm prepared. I'm excited.
Gotcha. So, Stella, tell me, what is the approach, right? So tell me the distance that one has to run in a cross-country meet. And then tell me what your psyche is. Like, what are you saying to yourself? What have you mapped out mentally to run the race?
Yeah, so typically our races are 5Ks, which is like 3.1 miles. And usually, like, a lot of times, like, at the start of a race, I'm like, just get out, like, use your stride. Because one thing I, like, struggle with is, like, using my stride and just to, like, stay mentally strong and, like, put those positive affirmations in my head and, like, get all those negative thoughts out, because they will, like, overpower and, like, affect your running.
Sure. Tell me, Aiden, what are you thinking?
Yeah, usually the same thing. For that first 200, 400 meters, it's like, you're just like in pain all out. And then, kind of that middle part of the race, you're like, okay, I feel pretty good. And then that last half mile, brain's off. You're kind of just running off fumes,
Sure.
instincts, go kind of into caveman mode. So
Gotcha. So Coach Chapman, tell us, how are you coaching your athletes, and what are you trying to tell them in terms of mental preparation, physical preparation? So a week leading up, 4 or 5 days leading up to this track meet, what are you saying to your student athletes?
Well, I mean, every day in my coaching experience, I personally preach mental toughness a lot. It's actually put into our workouts as well. Or rather, it's getting them to understand that we have to run through the line. So implementing that into a workout is, boom, just because you hear me do a countdown and I get the 1, that doesn't mean, boom, you should drop your 6 inches or drop from your plank or whatever. No, we need to go through time. So I may hold that 1 second for an extra 30. But I feel like that's a big thing that our team is getting better with mental toughness. Realistically, I feel like we have one of the more confident teams. Now, granted, we have our spurts where maybe nerves or whatever get to us, but they're pretty good with overcoming it and settling into their rhythm.
Tell me about dieting, right? As you can tell, I'm such an expert at this. But what are you telling the student athletes? I know nutrition has become a big thing now. Colleges got nutritionists and, eat this carb.
Right.
Can they eat Snickers still?
Look. See, our main thing is hydration.
Sure.
So we don't like to really tell a kid what they can and cannot eat, especially with a lot of these food things going on for us, like anorexia, things of that sort. Don't want to tell a kid, you should eat more, you should eat less. So for the most part, it's just hydration, and basically don't pig out, especially for a cross-country runner. We need to be pretty lean.
Well, I mean, it'll come up and you can keep running. I mean, I think that's what most people do in other sports.
We had a kid that ate 15 granola bars before
That's
a race.
what I'm talking about, baby.
15, and that's not an over-exexaggeration. It was 15 granola bars. And got to the starting line.
It didn't work out too well?
No.
So tell me, Stella, what you eating? What you eating before the race, Stella? Not just oranges.
My favorite go-to, because we always have races in the morning, so I love a bagel. Like old school bagel, that's my go-to.
Everything bagel?
I usually get an Asiago cheese bagel.
Oh, okay.
Or I'll eat a bagel at home because we always have bagels, and I try and eat an egg if I can.
I got you. Aiden.
I'm a much simpler man. Day before a race, I love my pasta. Pasta's a go-to. And I said this last time on the show, too. It's a go-to every morning. 3 Eggos, Nutella, banana, water. That's it.
Man, I'm talking I need sausage, bacon, and egg, cheese sandwich. I need some hash browns, short stack.
Yeah.
Very simple man.
Yeah, well, this is why I'm not cross-country running. So tell me, what is it like to be the environment, the culture at Class and SAS at Northeast? Obviously, it's a somewhat of a new school, so to speak. The transition, those things are really coming, gelling and coming into fruition. So how is the culture at Class and SAS at Northeast? And then how are you viewed as a successful cross-country team in that environment? Coach, I'll start with you, and then we'll come down the line.
This is the merger has definitely brought a lot of diversity to the school on both ends. Northeast. I graduated from Northeast in 2017, but Northeast being a predominantly black school at the time, wasn't many other races there. So to be able to go to a school to where you're connected with other cultures and nationalities, things of that sort, that's a pretty good thing. And for Class, I mean, it brought more diversity to them as well. And for us, getting school support for cross country track, I feel like we get a lot. But I mean, for the most part, it comes from us. I mean, we have 50 plus kids on both teams each season, so that's a lot of support. And those are big teams for running programs. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So Stella, tell me, how was it being recognizable student athlete on a fairly successful, highly successful cross country team as a student? Does that put any pressure on you to kind of model something, represent something? Is there pressure to kind of be this as you walk through those halls?
I wouldn't really say there's any pressure because I put pressure on myself. I don't feel pressure from anyone else. I do that on my own. But
I need what you got, Stella.
I mean, this year I'm just really trying to have fun with it and be the best that I can.
Absolutely. Aiden.
Yeah, so for me personally, I don't feel a ton of pressure. Again, It's mostly pressure I put on myself to be good. But, I just feel like a normal student, I don't get kind of casted out, I guess,
Sure.
or put in a different group. I feel really as a part of the whole student body. I don't feel like sectioned out necessarily. But the support on the team is amazing throughout the school. Like today, we were trying to recruit new kids to run track. I'm screaming in the hallways, join track, it's the best team in the school. We qualified everyone from state last year, like join up, sign your name right here, let's go.
Yeah. Well, when I think about class and SAS at Northeast and what they've accomplished, your softball team is pretty good. Obviously, your women's basketball team's not bad. There's people that could play over there. Obviously, I think football is making strides.
Yes, they are.
I'm just like, wow. So you think of something, a merger just happening, and you guys have already reached a cool level of success.
Realistically, because that's something that I look at a lot. I just feel like we have the right coaches in place, and the student body. It's a great student body to really to be a part of. And for us, I touch on the football team. They've been making strides a lot.
Sure.
These
We
past
don't want to
years,
talk about them too much.
yeah.
I just want to get mention them. It's
you're
not
good.
their day to day. This is all cross country.
Gotcha,
No, I'm just
gotcha.
kidding.
Nah,
It's
you're
all
good,
good.
You're good.
So tell me, as I hear you and Coach Moon, what is your guys' strategy? So what are your conversations about as you prepare students to run cross country? What are those things that you're looking for, those identifiers in athletes? And so what is your approach to just helping a student athlete kind of reach their potential? Right.
Well, for the most part, one of the big things is to try to build mental toughness first. Like, we have to be confident on race day. A 5K is not a ballpark, so you definitely have to have some sort of mental toughness in there. So that, and from me personally, I'm real big on getting out. Coach Moon, he's real big on getting into our rhythm early, finding our pace and being disciplined with that. But for me, it's getting out, man. There's been a couple of times it's like, dude, guys, why are we getting out in the back and having to have an uphill battle the whole time? That makes the race a lot more stressful than it has to be.
Sure.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Stella, where do you find inspiration to run? Like, I know you said your sisters, but is there a runner out there that you look at? Are you one of those YouTube people kind of looking to see who's out there doing something?
Yeah, there's just like a lot of like college athlete girls that I like follow and look up to.
Sure.
I don't know. I just go out and have fun with it.
So let me ask you this question. If there's a young girl who's listening to us or watching us here on CBS Sports 105.3, what would you say to them? What would you say to any young girl, or even young man that might be listening to you? What would you say to them to inspire them or to encourage them that cross country might be for them?
I would just say, like, be confident and, like, try new things because you never know where it can take you. Like, it's taken me this far, and I never thought, like, I would enjoy it this much. And, like, be confident, be yourself.
Sure.
You know?
Adam.
Yeah, for me, I'm really inspired just by getting better. I really want to be the best version of myself that I can be, and so I try to do that every day. If there's anyone out there listening that wants to try running, do it. Like, what's holding you back? Go ahead, do it. Go buy some shoes and go out there.
Yeah, well, you make it sound really simple, Aiden.
It is. You just open the door and go.
Yeah, it's a little bit more than that. So Coach, when is the next track meet? And then what would you say to student athletes who are watching, listening? Are there people that you would want to thank for all the support that they have given Class and SAS and Northeast cross country team? Right. I know there's a couple questions. Yeah. Next track meet or cross country meet?
Yeah. Next meet is this weekend, right?
Yes.
Mustang Mile Night. And it's going to be a threshold workout for us. We sent it this past weekend, so we're going to go into this weekend and basically treat it as a workout and have fun because that's a fun meet. Mustang Mile Night is a fun meet. And for us, who to thank for support. For one, thank other fellow coaches, Coach Moon and Coach Salas, who she's not here today, and all the other coaches in the school. They're very supportive of both the cross country and the track team. We all kind of feed into each other, so it's great to have them. I want to thank thank our principals for allowing us to be able to do this and things of that sort too.
Sure. Stella, who would you want to say thank you to?
I would say thank you to my parents who
Oh,
actually.
those are, I should have known though. I should have known those were your
Who are
parents.
actually here right now. They support me through anything. Like they want to know everything that I'm doing. They'll always be there. They're always like, if they can't be there, they'll always be like, let me know how it goes. Wish you luck. They're always there.
Looks like your dad has a lot of fun. I never met him, but he just looks like he's a ball of fun. I'm gonna hang out with him sometime. Hey, Hayden, tell me, who would you like to thank? Look, you've already thanked everyone. You've been on like 10 times, I promise.
Yeah. I also want to thank my parents. They're out there listening right now. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. How's it going? I also want to thank my coaches for being super supportive and coaching me up. Yeah.
Hey, listen, I think as just something I do as this host is I want to come to practice one day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I want to participate and ride in the golf cart around and encourage you as you run. Hey, thank you for listening. We're about to take a break here on the Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here on CBS Sports 105.3 at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark, located at South Mickey Mantle Drive, Oklahoma City. We'll see you on the other side. We'll be back.
James here with Boomer Kia. Heard this before? Location, location, location. There's one location for the best deals on a brand new Kia. Boomer Kia.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune in to my show, Super Prep Live.
Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live.
Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
With belly pain, discomfort, and bloating for years. I've tried a lot of laxatives and fiber supplements, but my symptoms keep coming back.
You could have a chronic condition called irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by Appy and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
I thought learning a language would be too much work, but Babbel makes learning fun. J'aime Babbel.
Babbel's lessons only take 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks you can actually speak another language. Es como magia.
Babbel isn't robots talking. You learn words and phrases from real native speakers. I was ready for real-life conversations in just a few weeks. So easy.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors
Yes.
and found out they
Oklahoma City. I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune into my show, Super Prep Live.
Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live.
Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Our CBS Sports Radio 105.3.
Yo, and we're back here at the Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3. We are here at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark located at South Mickey Mantle Drive here in Oklahoma City. Listen, it's going down for real. Our presenting partners are Kai's Concepts, along with our platinum partners, Perry Publishing, Oklahoma City Dodgers Foundation, Dick's Sporting Goods, and our gold partner, Impressions Printing and Big O's Barbecue. We have with us the one and only, the Oklahoma City Public Schools Athletic Director, the infamous, the bad to the bone, Eddie Wright. He has a special presentation. Give it to us,
Man, do I. But before I do, thank you to all our partners who made this happen. I want to give a shout out to that cross country team. Mike, I had the opportunity to train for the Oklahoma City Marathon. And I'm blessed to be in a position where I can do my very best to have an impact on a student's life, a coach's life. But I want to tell you, Aiden and Carson Moon, I followed them on an app called Strava, and it showed all their running, and it motivated me so much. They impacted me so that I could go compete and finish the marathon in under my goal, which is 4 hours.
Well, listen, so, that's super, man.
So just a big thank you to those guys. I have a really special presentation. Our big-time associate AD who just walked in the door, Terry Long, he designed this wonderful traveling trophy. I know you guys got a chance to get it when you were crowned ACAC champs, but now there's something special. It says 2022 Southeast Trojans or Southeast Spartans as ACAC champions. Well, girls, congratulations. You represented us so well. Thank you for being here with the legend, Mr. Curtis Thompson. It's good to have you. And Coach Dion, we're excited to have you. But, guys, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, thank you so much. Let's give Coach a hand. And we are just excited to have Southeast Volleyball. We have student athletes Kimberly Alvarez, Hafsifa Diaz, as I worked on my pronunciation. We have Coach Dion Lewis, who we kind of go way back. We got some people we know in common. And then we'll have the athletic director come up soon, Curtis Thompson, who I just found out has been in education for 44 years. And let me tell you, it is absolutely amazing, and we are excited. So, ladies, thank you so much. Thank you, Coach Dion, and you young ladies for being here. So where do we start? Kimberly, right?
Yes.
How then did you get involved in volleyball, and just tell me how has it impacted your time at Southeast High School?
Yeah, so actually I didn't want to play volleyball at first.
Yeah, sounds typical.
I wanted to play soccer, but in elementary, one of my friends, she told me to go play volleyball with her, and I was like, okay, I'll go for it. And I I joined and I actually really liked it. I never thought that it would actually impact my life as much. I never thought I would get to where I am right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Diaz, tell us how did you start playing and how has it impacted you?
I actually started playing when I was in 6th grade, I believe. My PE coach at the time is Yearwood. She saw something in me that I didn't, and she volunteered me for the PAL program, and that's how I started playing.
Now, I'm going to take a wild guess at this. Are you what they call a libero, maybe?
Libero.
See, look at me. I've been working on my volleyball. My wife would be proud of me. She played volleyball, right? My daughter plays, and yeah, she doesn't want to play right now, Kimberly. So you might need to call her after this and encourage her.
I'll tell her.
So, Coach Lewis, tell me, man. Listen, I've known you for a long time. We share a nephew together.
Yes.
You've coached everything from football to basketball. How then, Coach Lewis, do you end up coaching women's volleyball at Southeast High School?
Well, I volunteered once before back in the day, and they had a tournament. They needed an extra coach, and so I went, and Coach Bryan was one of the coaches, and so she's out sick, and she asked me to cover for the 6 weeks. I don't have a problem with it. You know, I learn a little bit, and I'm learning as I go along. I learn more from them than I know in my lifetime. These two right here are very smart. And so I told them, hey, I don't mind helping. You know, I'm learning things. They teaching me things. But when practice goes on, I walk in the gym, these two have already got practice going.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have to say much. I don't have to do much. They have it going. And, you know, it's usually no nonsense.
Sure.
Type of practice. And that's the type, these two are the captains, and then the co-captains are just as good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of the co-captains, when this team functions and these two take over, it's no holds bar.
Absolutely. So with that, Coach Hafziva, tell me, what does practice look like? Tell me what you guys go through. What does that session consist of?
It definitely starts with about maybe 20 minutes of warm-up.
Mm-hmm.
And
now, tell me what warm-up looks like. Like, is that just like calisthenics, running around, stretching, or is that hitting balls, setting, or whatever you call it?
Yeah,
volleying?
so we stretch for about 5 minutes.
Yep.
We do typically 5 laps to just get us warmed up. And then we do a lot of control drills. So we break up into groups and we bump to the net and then backwards.
Yep.
And we set to the net backwards, bump set, and then tips and so forth.
Sure. And then, you know, explain to me, Kimberly, do you guys run sets, right? So, you know, I think players have different numbers or positions, and so you setting up different things. I see these coaches always doing their hands and fingers.
Yeah.
Like, is it baseball size? Is it pass ball? Tell me what that's like.
It's like serving. When you serve, there's different positions. So where you're serving is like, so it's from 1 to 6.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and it just goes like counterclockwise basically. And so it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then they do like hand signals to tell us to where to serve at. Gotcha. Yeah.
So what kind of serves, Coach, do we have on the Southeast volleyball team? You know, we jump serving.
Yeah, we have a lot. These two especially, they jump serve. We have some that just serve the ball overhand, and it's still pretty accurate with it. You know.
Sure.
So yeah.
So what is that? So when did when you started playing in the 6th grade? What did you do to kind of hone in? As I watch my daughter play volleyball and she's learning all of this, and you know, I've learned that there's either a 1-2 step jump serve or 3-4. Like, explain some of those technical things to us that are oblivious to what's happening.
I actually didn't get my jump serve down for about maybe 4 or 5 years that I was playing, but I went through a lot different, like you said, like technical parts of it before I found my rhythm. So I think what I say to myself before I serve, left, right, left. And I think it plays a big role in how you play as a individual, but after you find your rhythm, it's
Sure.
Easy.
What about you, Kimberly?
Yeah, the same thing. Well, before I serve, I'm just like, get the ball over. That's all I say. I'm like, get the ball over and in.
Yeah, no matter the steps,
Yeah.
just don't go into the nets.
Yeah.
So Coach, tell me, what is it like environmentally there? And we talk about culture. Southeast throughout time has had great success in all kinds of sports. But what does it mean, and what is the impact that the culture or these young ladies are having on the culture of Southeast High School?
They're not only having a culture impact at Southeast, they are having an impact in the Oklahoma City area, because for a while nobody else had a libero, and now every school in the district has a libero. This year when we started off with 50 girls for volleyball, and we have 3 teams.
How many girls did you have?
50.
Now, we haven't had. This is our first show, right, for this year, and that number is astounding.
Yes.
And now I don't know. We would have to get some data to kind of compare that, but that's certainly somebody is influencing that many young girls to come out and desire to want to play volleyball at Southeast High School.
Yes.
That's pretty cool, man.
There are a lot of girls. It's to the point there we finding jerseys just to put on girls to get them on the teams.
Yeah.
The freshman and JV teams, because we try to let everybody play because we don't want them to quit.
Sure.
They've taken the time to come out and want to play, then our job as coaches is to teach them.
Sure.
And get them time on the court.
Sure.
Now, varsity, if you make it to varsity, you might not get playing time, but eventually when you do get to varsity and we see that you're good enough, you're one of the top 13, then yes, you'll be on varsity.
Sure. So tell me, you guys won All City, right?
Yes.
Now, explain to me, kind of walk through who did you have to play, and then what did it feel like ultimately to be All City champs? I'll start with you, Diaz.
We actually have won All City 3 years in a row.
Well, excuse me. Forgive me for the small oversight here.
Yeah.
So tell me what that's like just this last year, and really, let me just say that you're probably the volleyball queens of the city right now.
We're the team to beat.
Clearly you are.
I think there's always a bit of pressure, but coming off a great season, being like 3rd at the All-State tournament, I think we just took it as a challenge to ourselves to just push through like mental blocks, stuff like that, and just motivate this season.
Sure.
Yeah. So we've been playing together since 6th grade, actually. She's been one of the ones I grew up with. And I feel like we have that chemistry a lot. So when we go onto the court, it's just like, oh, it's a game.
Yeah.
So I get nervous a little bit because like I'm an all-around player, so I have to like be on my good.
Sure.
The good thing.
So how do the other students perceive you as you guys move around school? Because everyone knows that, hey, this is a serious volleyball team. How do they treat you, right? Do your friends come out and support? Are they complimenting you guys as you interact and move around the school? As a former athlete, I think when students watch you, there's something that transpires in that relationship. And I'll start with you, Kimberly, then I'll go to you, Hapsiba.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of friends go and support me. They're always complimenting me about how good I am and everything. And to be honest, I take more of the compliments towards like the team. I
Sure.
put them all, like if they compliment me, I'm like, oh, it was like a team sport, because volleyball is not just about one person.
Sure.
It's the whole team.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe we've built up a reputation of being a very good volleyball program that even in school now we get recognition for it.
Sure.
And a lot of our classmates are excited to go to our games now.
Yeah.
And it's
really
something we look forward to.
Absolutely. Coach Dion, tell me, is there something that you as a coach or administrators, because athletes are leaders, right? And so at least when I was in high school, they used to tell us that we lead. Is that the same kind of concept that you're sharing with these young ladies, to be leaders in that school and impact what's happening?
Yes. I tell them all the time, you got to be a leader on the team, in the classroom, in the hallways, in the parking lot. They're always watching you. Somebody's always watching you so they can go back and say, well, Hopsiva did this and Kim did that, you know, to try to get them in trouble. But you have to be a positive role model in the school. You have to be.
So, Hopsiva, tell me, and then Kimberly, you think about this.
Okay.
When you think about, now, so you guys, you've been on the team all 3 years that have won the championships, right?
Yes.
So tell me, up until this point, what has been your personal best moment in volleyball?
Wow. I'm not sure. I have a lot.
You have a lot. Just
Yeah.
give me whatever. Give me.
I think it was actually last week, me getting one of Lawton Mack's middle hitters, her swing.
You did what? Say that one more time.
I passed one of Lawton Mack's, their middle hitter. I passed her swing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Tell me, Kimberly.
Well, actually, I got nominated to be one of the best players in the area, and I won.
That's really,
Yeah.
give me some skills. Yeah. Congratulations. I think as athletes, I think you should always capture those moments, right? You'll always be able to kind of pull those moments because I think they serve as great inspiration. And then when you get old, you can tell stories and then they get better, right? You add stuff to them, right? You won 3 times, right?
Yes.
So Coach, as a new coach to volleyball, man, tell us what has been your best moments this far.
One of my
coaching.
best moments so far is them winning All City.
Yeah.
Because they came together and it was like, you know, I just watched them and it was amazing. It was like a well-oiled machine. The head coach of the team is Valerie Bryant, and she has taught them and prepared them for everything. So it's like now I'm sitting here and I'm doing this. I just look at them and say, go ahead and do what you got to do.
I'm getting a real clear picture here. He's chilling in practice. Coach Lewis is chilling. And he's looking saying, you guys are doing great. Just keep it up. You're doing a good job. Keep going. No, that's really cool. So listen, you guys are the ambassadors of Southeast Volleyball. So now tell me, if someone's watching, someone's listening, what would you say to some young lady who's kind of vacillating or, you know, trying to determine whether or not to play volleyball? What would be your convincing argument that you would want to encourage them to participate in volleyball?
I would say believe in yourself. It's not something that happens overnight. It's definitely hard work, always. So just putting in the work and the time definitely gets you very, very far.
Sure.
Yeah, the same thing. I've seen a lot of girls not have confidence in themselves when they go up and they're scared to play an opponent. When you walk onto that court, even if you're not the best, you got to think like that. You got to be like, when I walk onto that court, the only thing I think to myself is, I'm the best one here. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. So I just, like she said, have confidence.
Hey, listen, we're getting ready to take a break, but think about this. I want to ask you, what are your aspirations about college? Do you see yourself playing collegiate volleyball, et cetera, et cetera? But we're going to bring the world-famous athletic director, Curtis Thompson, here in a second. But listen, you've been listening to and watching the Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3 at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark, located on South Mickey Mantle Drive here in Oklahoma City. We'll be right back.
Chances are you're checking in your car. And since Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, you only pay for what you need. Emu and I are going to show you some safe car insurance. And it's everybody. Choose your blind spots real quick. Now here's on the wheel. What I'm telling you, put your hand like I've heard you. You pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. This week on RVER, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
That new doctor is drop dead gorgeous.
Please, he's just another RV League educated surgeon with good hair.
No, he's different.
Nurses, we got a Class C motorhome with a detached driver's side mirror. Meet me in the OR. Stat.
Right away, doctor.
No, she's on break. I'll handle this one.
Oh, you conniving little boy.
When your RV really needs saving,
Hey,
Progressive has you
testing
covered.
1, 2, 3,
See if
1,
you could
2.
save with a leader in RV insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, covered subject to policy terms.
Here's the deal. I've had constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating for years. I've tried a lot of laxatives and fiber supplements, but my symptoms keep coming back.
You could have a chronic condition called irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by Appy and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
And we're back here at the Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3 at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark, located at South Mickey Mantle Drive here in Oklahoma City, Bricktown. Our presenting partners are Kai's Concept, Platinum Partner, Perry Publishing, Oklahoma City Dodgers Foundation, Dick's Sporting Goods, and our gold partners, Impressions Printing and Big O's Barbecue. We are here now with the Southeast High School volleyball team, student athletes Kimberly Alvarez and Hapsiba Diaz. I hope I'm saying it right. Coach Dion Lewis was here. I done messed up her name several times. And now we have athletic director Curtis Thompson. Hey, Coach Thompson, how are you doing, man?
I am doing fine.
So, listen, I alluded to earlier that you've been here or you've been in public education for 44 years, man. Tell us.
Enjoyed every minute of it.
Why stay so long?
Because I have people like Eddie, where's Eddie, that encourage me to do the things that I'm doing.
Sure.
And he supports us in every way possible.
Absolutely.
And you can remember, I remember when this district was so low, we had facilities that were so bad that we were embarrassed to bring anybody into. Mm-hmm. But since we have people like Todd Billback has come in, and now Eddie's taken over from him.
Sure.
And things are looking so much better.
Yeah, listen, you know, we haven't even really talked about facilities, but when I go around this district and I see what the district has done, along with its partners, Fields and Futures and others, it is an absolutely amazing thing to see.
Amazing.
And I think, and we can ask these young ladies, how do you feel that you now are playing in some very, plush, very modern facilities? How does that make you feel as a student athlete there at Southeast?
It definitely makes us feel appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I think it's very important investing in OKCPS athletics.
Sure.
Yeah. Because of just the opportunities it brings student athletes in general.
So I said I was going to ask you guys a question, and I'll get back to Coach Thompson in a second. What are your collegiate aspirations? You guys are both class of 23, right?
Yes.
So I'm old. I just normally say senior, so I'm trying to catch up with this lingo. Do you guys plan on going to college to play and to play volleyball? Tell me what your aspirations are.
I am.
Okay.
I've been wanting to play for like about 3 years already since I started high school. My coach, her name is Arlette.
Mm-hmm.
She has been with me since 6th grade, and she's always encouraged me to go play big.
Yep.
And she always tells me to believe in myself, and I really appreciate her.
Gotcha.
Like, she's always telling me how good I am and everything, and I can go big, and I believe her. I think I can.
Sure.
I'm open to the idea of playing in college, but I'm more interested in pursuing a nursing program.
Well, gotcha.
So, yeah.
That's pretty cool. So Coach, you've been at Southeast a long time. Man, tell us just, what's been your philosophy and how you've just seen not just the facilities change, but your approach to the students that you deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Well, I think one of the things is to watch the kids grow. Right now, as athletic coordinator of Southeast, I try to in fact, not only try, I go to every practice every day. And sometimes when I walk in, they think I'm spying on them, but I'm not. I'm there to watch them practice because I enjoy good athletes working out. Not
Sure.
necessarily good, but athletes that are dedicated and willing to work hard. I enjoy watching them play. I'll go into the volleyball practice, and I'll sit there for 10, 15 minutes just watching them practice.
Sure.
Because they have great leadership. And if you ever met Coach Bryant, you would understand.
Sure.
Everyone needs a Coach Bryant in their life.
Yes.
Everyone.
What about this Coach Bryant? What makes them so special?
Well, she has a way of getting things done.
Yes.
And she never raises her voice. She never said, and she was my assistant in basketball for about 15 years or so. Okay, and she didn't have any discipline problems. None, zero. She's very good at it, but
she lays down the law.
One thing that was brought out earlier about the number of athletes that we have in volleyball,
Sure.
I don't think that we've had a program in the last 10, maybe longer, that we had less than 28 kids on the team.
Wow.
At the end of the season.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now that's absolutely amazing, and I think as I've kind of matriculate across this district, I don't always see that, right? I don't always see those numbers. I don't always hear those numbers. So to hear those numbers, again, like I said, is astounding, but there has to be something cultural, there has to be some influence, there has to be somebody is really doing a good job. I don't even want to say it's just about the winning, but I think it's about whoever this Coach Brian is, whoever Coach Dion is, that these people understand that, hey, I can get something out of this, and that becomes, I think, what draws those people out there. You guys got a comment about that?
I think Coach Brian has been one of the most influential coaches that I've ever had. She's very focused and disciplined, which
Sure.
is something that I really appreciate that she taught me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So as they look at me, and we probably got about 1 minute and 30 seconds, Coach Thompson, let me say thank you for all that you've done. And let me tell you, over the years that you and I, the last couple of years that you and I have just had to talk and interact, you've always been super pleasant and kind. And so we want to say thank you for just your service that you've rendered for this long, literally in one place, man. That hats off to you, man. And I think you are well deserving of everything that anyone would ever say or to do for you, because you've really made an impact at Southeast.
I've met some good people in my life.
Sure.
Yes.
So as we prepare to sign off for the night, who is someone out there that you would want to say thank you to for helping make Southeast athletics what it is?
Well, first of all, working from the top to the bottom, I would like to thank our athletic department in Oklahoma City now. I think they are very aggressive. They get things done. If something needs to be changed or fixed or something like that, it's done. We don't have to wait for half a year to get it done. And then I've worked with a lot of good coaches.
Absolutely.
I mean, a lot of good coaches that are willing to go that extra mile to get things done. And I enjoy watching athletes like the ones we have here.
Absolutely.
Now. They touch my heart.
Absolutely. Hafsiba Diaz, tell us who you want to say thank you to for all their support. I'm going to get to Kimberly because I think her parents are texting her, so she's going to get to shout them out. But tell us who out there that you would like to say thank you to for supporting you in Southeast Volleyball.
Definitely Coach Arlette. She's been one of my biggest motivators so far, and my parents.
Absolutely. Kimberly, all these people texting you.
No, I want to say thank you to my parents for always supporting me. I love you guys. And like I said, Coach Arlette, she's been one of an impact in my life. She's my motivation. She inspired me to play, actually.
Next volleyball game.
Thursday.
What
Against
time?
Santa Fe at 6.
Okay, hey,
Y'all
listen,
go.
everybody come out to Southeast High School. We're getting ready to play Santa Fe, 6 o'clock. It's going down. I'm just saying Southeast is going to win. Hey, listen, welcome back to the Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3. We're located here at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark, located at South Mickey Mantle Drive. It's been a blast. I'll see you on next Monday.
Get started now and drive off as early as today.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune in to my show, Super Prep Live.
Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live.
Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.